Let's go over the latest trade rumors surrounding the Denver Broncos' top two wide receivers. What's up, guys? Welcome to Denver Broncos Syndicate, part of the Sports Syndicate family of channels where we are dedicated to bringing you content about our favorite sports teams. I am your host, Gage Madrid. Before we jump in, guys, if you could just do me a big favor and smash the like button on this video as well as subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. As I always say, guys, those are two free and easy ways that you can help show your support for the channel, and it really does help us out, guys. It helps tell YouTube to push us out to fellow members of Broncos country, just like you and me. So mixed in with all of the free agent moves that the Denver Broncos have made over the past couple of days have been trade rumors surrounding their top two wide receivers, Courtland Sutton and Jeudy. According to various reports, the Denver Broncos have dangled both of those guys on the trade market to gauge what the interest level from other teams would be. Now, according to Broncos insider Mike Klis, this does not necessarily mean that the Denver Broncos are going to trade them, however. They just want to see what's out there in terms of a market for them. According to Klis, the asking price for Jeudy in particular is high. They're looking for at least a first-round pick or a high second-round pick plus a player. In terms of Courtland Sutton, indications are that they're looking for somewhere around a second-round pick plus maybe a fifth-round pick or something like that. Although the Broncos have certainly done their due diligence, it seems like as of right now, the Denver Broncos are not going to move Sutton or Jeudy. I'm going to go ahead and read to you a tweet from Mike Klis from 7:15 last night. While a lot of teams have called on Broncos wide receivers Jeudy and Sutton, including some who have been aggressive, it doesn't appear Denver is interested in moving them, per source. Klis continues on, Jeudy emerged at the end of the season, and there's hope Courtland Sutton will return to his 2019 form. There's optimism throughout the football side that both will thrive under one of the game's best play callers in Sean Payton. I feel like the Broncos really pivoted towards the direction of keeping Courtland Sutton and Jeudy in the building when their top target in free agency, Allen Lazard, was signed by the New York Jets. I discussed this in a previous video, but what I felt like the Broncos were trying to do was sign Allen Lazard somewhere around the $11 million that he signed in New York, and then they were going to try to push out Courtland Sutton and his $18 million cap hit off the books. Allen Lazard would have given a much similar production at that position for nearly half the price. Now, as far as Jeudy is concerned, I don't feel like the Broncos ever really had the intention to move on from him all along. That being said, though, if someone did offer a combination of first and third round picks or some crazy package in return for Jeudy, I don't think the Broncos could be able to pass that up. They'd be able to draft his successor, and then they would have more finances and more draft capital to work with after that. So therefore, I only feel like the Broncos would really entertain moving on from Jeudy if they got blown away by a potential trade package for him. There's a lot more logic towards moving on from Courtland Sutton, however, but as Mike Klis alluded to, it seems that the team is optimistic that he will return to his 2019 form before he tore his ACL. Even last season, he was really starting to look like the old Courtland Sutton again, but once Russell Wilson got hurt, his production really started to go down the toilet. With Tim Patrick returning from his ACL injury next season, I could definitely see the Broncos at least entertaining moving on from Courtland Sutton, again, if they get blown away by a potential trade package for him. I kind of feel like the Broncos dangling Jeudy on the trade market was sort of an attempt to gauge interest from Courtland Sutton, if that makes any sense. So let's say a team calls about Jeudy and the Broncos say, yeah, he's available, but only for a first, a third, and such more picks. But we do have Courtland Sutton available for less capital, and he could be a potentially good piece for you. I could definitely see George Paton potentially playing that game, and I feel like if the Broncos are going to move on from one of their wide receivers, the strongest possibility is that it's going to be Courtland Sutton. But based on this latest report from Mike Klis, it seems like the Broncos are content keeping those two guys in the building, so either the Broncos were not blown away with any offers that they received for them, or they are just heavily invested in keeping as many weapons in the building as possible for Russell Wilson to work with. Either way, Broncos country, this is certainly an interesting development, and be sure to keep it right here on Denver Broncos Syndicate as this saga continues to play out. All right, Broncos country, I'm curious, do you guys feel like the team should trade one of their wide receivers? And if so, who do you think the Broncos would be better off trading, Courtland Sutton or Jeudy? Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And while you're at it, guys, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Gage Madrid NFL for continuing Broncos coverage. And for now, guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.